Hi, this is David Oliver, and this is my review of the Lincoln Electric 210 multi-process machine that I just got. Brand new to the market. Really does a lot. It's supposed to be able to MIG, TIG. It even comes with stinger, so you can do some basic arc welding if you're out in the field. It comes with a good gun. Comes with a good ground clamp. I was actually surprised I had bought a replacement without even needing it. Drive mechanism is really robust. It's clamps from all sides, heavy-duty cast aluminum. And just to get you an idea of the size, the thing is pretty light. It's very small. Here you can see it next to one of my cheap Asian plasma cutter machines here at the bottom here. So really pretty small and compact. Now booting it up for the very first time, this is literally the first time I've turned it on. You can see that it boots up fairly rapidly running its little software, and then asks you what kind of process you're going to run. You can select any one of these, and it's going to make sure that you've configured the jumpers on the front of the machine properly. So easy to navigate, easy to use. Never read the manual in the entire setup of this. Hopefully they're not listening when it comes time to warranty this down the road. You choose your process, your thickness of wire, and then you choose thickness of metal. In this case, I'm running some .025 shielded gas, and I'm going to be welding some 18 gauge sheet metal coupons that I made haphazardly in order to do this review. Default settings right out of the box, so it's telling you inches per minute, and it's also telling you voltage. Run a few tack welds on this, and immediately was impressed with how the arc started compared to my older Lincoln 140 HD that I had picked up from one of the big box stores. So kind of recap, I was looking for a machine that could help me do some auto body, some light framework on some unibody cars, namely in this case a vintage Mustang. And I was able to, with a copper backing, lay down some pretty nice stitch welds right out of the gate. It was very easy to use, and the way the arc starts is soft enough and manageable enough that it was easy for me to find a rhythm right out of the gate. Having done this on cheaper machines and a smaller 110 machine, it was very difficult. I've also used one of the Miller-Matic machines. It did get me close, but it also required a lot of manual adjustment to get it there. This, right out of the box, I gotta say I'm impressed with their default settings, especially in the light gauge stuff. I did pull out some angle irons shortly thereafter of varying thicknesses and designs, and chamfered my own edges to see what I can make happen. And with some fine tuning, I was able to lay some really clean welds to where minimal grinding would be necessary in order to make a finished product. But here you can see my stitch welds. I might up the shielding gas a little bit here. I am getting a little bit of spatter, but overall very impressed, very easy to use, and most importantly easy to set up. As a home hobbyist, I don't do this day in and day out, so the black art of welding and getting a nice bead really is something that you get with practice. And having started on a very cheap machine, I can tell you that laid some quality welds, but it took me a long time to get there. Especially having a machine that can only select, maybe 5 or 6 voltage ranges, and then gives you control over the speed of the wire, versus this where you've got infinite adjustability. So it seems is a major step up. Now I do have the TIG equipment already in hand. I do not have the electrode and the consumables yet, so I'll be scoring some of that in the near future as soon as my wife decides she doesn't remember this particular expenditure. But at $1,000, it's not that expensive, and here you can see penetration is excellent. So kudos, Lincoln, and thank you for looking at my review.